Crazy. The Castleford one's right up there. Are we going to get another this evening?
Well, we're underway. The Dragons get the kick away, and here comes Vuniyawa. Try scorer last week against Castleford. And they start 10 off their own line. Importantly, York do get a good start here. Garcia makes the tackle. And the ball with Inman. Halifax, saw him in the championship a few times. He's got a bit about him, Tom Inman. Ball now moves across, and here now come the Knights up to their 30. Here now is Dagger. Dagger finds his front, wants a quick play of the ball and gets one. Inman gets it away now, and the kick downfield. But it's going to go straight to Staines. He'll get it, and he'll bring it back. And Staines tackled on the 30-metre line. Look, you mentioned it, a team with Staines and Fartarpi in it, they've got danger.
Absolutely they have, and they're going to have to really work hard to find some grass, because they keep finding Charlie Staines like that. So there's not many better in Super League at chewing metres up. He will take them straight back off you.
Here's Hugo Tisson in at dummy half. No Cruz Leeming, he loses his ever-present tag tonight. Tisson plays it on halfway, comes this near side. Ball is taken in by Allen. Plays it 40 out. Now it'll be Sexton, who's almost caught by McShane there. High kick, Nofaluma. He collects it, and he bounces away from one, gets away from two. Well, if we're going to mention Staines and Fartarpo, we've got to give him a shout as well.
So strong, isn't he? Such a low centre of gravity, really strong. Now earns a penalty as well. Too much in and around the ruck by the Catalans Dragons. It was a good kick chase, wasn't it, by the Dragons? But it came off second best against the strength of Nofaluma. I was looking through his stats as well earlier today. What a cracking try return he had for West Tigers. 10 years, 190 appearances, 100 tries for them. Proven try scorer at the highest level.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a 1-in-2 man, isn't he? That is for sure. Here now, the ball carried forward by Jack Martin. Inman gets it away to McShane. Moves it wide to Roberts. He gets the ball away. Inside the Dragons' territory then. McShane going to be a pivotal role tonight. Now it's Hunter. Runs it. Dragons retreat back. McShane again. Finds Roberts, gets it away. Chance here. Wood gets it wide. They're going racing down the sideline. Tackle comes in. That's the fifth one. This is now the last. It's a knock-on. Well, Galliano is maybe suggesting use the challenge, but this is a big gamble 3 minutes in.
Right, it's an early challenge as well, isn't it?
You want to challenge?
If it does indeed get triggered.
He's not found it and let go of the ball.
Mataafa is in dialogue with the referee, and they will go for a challenge.
Yeah, they will challenge, so they're going to challenge this. So this will go up to Liam Moore.
Can I ask a question? Is it 10 seconds for a challenge?
Yeah, but I'm in discussion, Toby. I'll speak to you after.
Okay, so we've got a captain's challenge. So is there any interference in this? You can just show me that again, please. So we can see he's getting up to play the ball. Is there interference there? The side angle maybe gives me a better idea. So he's time to stand up. Is there interference? You can see he goes back to the ball there. He clearly puts his hand back towards the ball, which constitutes interference. The challenge is successful.
Well, Galliano went early, and he was confident, so it is a successful challenge. A hand in there from the Dragons.
Yeah, not much in there, but enough. And what was interesting is you saw Sam Ward and Galliano. They were screaming to Mataafa, who was on the other side of the field, the club captain for the day. And I think he almost had to take it on trust that his winger and centre were confident and convinced that that was interference from Matty Russell. So, early chance, York Knights.
Yeah, full set on the line then. Ball 10 out. Here come the Knights. Here goes Martin. First carry, first real test for the Dragons in defence then. Ball now to Vuniyawa. He got a try last week. Stopped 5 out this week. Ball now works to McShane. McShane gets it away to Roberts. Short pass, no way through yet for York. Swing back to the centre. Martin drop back underneath. Will take the tackle. 5 out. They're lined up to the left. That's where they're going now with McShane. Decoy gets it away, but maybe should have gone another pass there. Hunter a little bit indecisive. Last one for the Knights. They're coming to McShane. He's going to stand up the kick for Norfoluma. It's caught in goal. And now that's going to be, says the referee, a goal line drop back. Oh no, a 20-metre restart. Caught in the field of play. Caught in the in-goal area, and he did well there, Cottrell.
Yeah, I think just the feet got in there just before, and 7 tackle set. We know what a good kicker of a ball Paul McShane is. Short kicking game. Not got off to a flying start in that department, but he's has been exceptional for a long, long time. Most try assists as well for York this season.
If they're going to win tonight, he's probably going to be close to man of the match, isn't he? T-Son gets it away. Spiro Bichet with a run. Over halfway. Dragons making ground. Here's a run up the middle. Almost through there. Here goes T-Son. Finds Staines. Staines looking. Gets an offload away. It's a good one. T-Son gets it. Garcia, they were screaming for it out wide on the right there, but Garcia will take it in. Last one. They're 15 out from the line. They're coming now to Sexton, out the back to Staines, dumps it away, well picked up but nowhere to go, good scramble, error made. Norfoluma did a brilliant job there.
He did, and he covered up for Matt Affer as well. He shot the line very early on and managed to disrupt the pass, but it still needed a committed defensive effort from Norfoluma to break down that attacking play. They can meet us very, very easily, the Catalan Dragons, at the moment. That'll be a concern for Mark Applegarth and the York Knights.
Yeah, certainly will.
Wait.
Well played now by the Knights. Forward they come. Got the feeling of a tight game, hasn't it? No discipline. Needs to be at a premium tonight.
Back you go. Go first.
Tackle made over on the far side. Here now they're swinging it across. They've got shape, they've got numbers. Dagger into the line, tackled on halfway.
And he can move, can Dagger as well. He has been around the block. He's got a lot of experience in that fullback position.
Yes. Been around for a long time, Dagger. Here now the high kick from Will Roberts. Deep Staines called for it and looked for a horrible minute. He was going to get his feet in a tangle, but he still comes up with it. He made that in the end look quite easy.
He's had to cover 15, 20 metres to pick up that ball. Here comes Matty Russell. Effervescent Matty Russell. He's a really, really hard worker.
He's not frightened of doing the hard yards, is he? Very much a part of the wingers' trade now. Nice run from Kotrick. Was he tackled? Oh, he was. He thought for a second he could have got away with that. T-Son will play it now. They thought about the kick. It was only a dummy. And now on tackle 5, they will look to kick. Sexton down the short side. Oh, T-Son's got it alone, and that's a poor decision. T-Son there made a real mess of that.
Oh, and Toby Sexton's giving him a godful as well. And then it all set up for a short side with a kick chase off the back of it. And they've gifted the York Knights 20 metres here. Norfoluma centres the ball. Well, that's a nice carry from Galliano as well, just ducking in behind the ruck.
Yeah, he's been scoring the tries and he's making the meters as well. Here's Wood over the Dragons' side of the halfway line. Who's going to break first? McShane swings it away now. Oh, Dagger knew what he wanted to do, but the hands wouldn't work as quickly as the brain was doing, and that's an error.
Yeah, he'd moved to job 2 before job 1 was completed. I tell you what, though, they've got some really good shape. They look like a really well drilled side, York Knights. Good shape, good depth.
Thank you.
And you're right, he'd already decided what he was going to do before he'd secured possession.
A couple of times they've come to this left-hand side. They've created a 3-on-2. You mentioned Mark Applegard, and I think I'll put this praise as well to him and to Kurt Haggerty. Despite all the number of changes they have to make every week, the team is still turning up and looking well drilled.
Yeah, look, and it's a sign there that there's some really effective communication. You know, and there's a real identity about these new teams in the way that they want to play, the way that they structure their attack. And you've seen that whoever is on the field on any given day, they all know their roles.
Yeah, Tisson gets it away. Here now down the far side goes Lipovic. Here's another ever-present for the Dragons. Ball swings across, dropped back on the angle, taken in. Good shot goes in there. What a tackle that was. That's Inman, and that's an error. Well, I think they're now maybe thinking Frank Maria's thinking there was a hand in there. Has he got the authority to ask for a challenge? Well, he has, clearly. 9 minutes in, and we've both
challenge. Catalan are challenging the rule and a knock-on. Okay, thanks, Evan.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Catalans have challenged the on-field decision of a knock-on, so if we could just review it from here, please. We can see at this point, ball carrying arm's on the floor. He's on the arm. And he's still on the shirt at that point. You can see he works his way around. He comes up on the arm, locks up on the arm, hooks all the way up on the shirt. He's pulling on the shirt to get to the marker, which causes the ball to come out. That again constitutes interference, and the challenge is successful.
Well, the York fans are not going to be happy because they saw that and they cheered thinking that Maria's knocked the ball on, but referee, or video referee Liam Moore's got a slightly different interpretation. There's no doubt Inman was on the player of the ball.
He was on the ball played arm. He wasn't on the ball. I think Frank Maria tried to get a quick play the ball away there, but Cartwright and Sheridan are happy because the Catalan Dragons will get a full set here, and they'll get a real good look at York.
Yeah, real attacking chance here. They've not spent much time down this end, have they? Allen leads the charge. Tisson in, gets it away to Sexton. He finds Navarrete. He powers forward inside the 20. So can the Knights answer the questions defensively being asked of them? Aspero-Biche, Fartape sidestepping his way forward. Still going, but stops there, 15 out. Here's Garcia now, short pass, looking to get Allen through. Good tackle again from Inman. But here now is a chance for the Dragons. Staines tried to power his way in, last one. They want it left, they want it quickly, the Dragons. They're going left here. Sexton fires it wide to Fartape. Fartape dumps it on the ground. No, I think Galliano pulled his hand out of the way there. Yeah, he did. He watched it over the sideline. Good work from the winger. Fartape's pass. He's asking for a knock-on.
But he's not going to get one. So the York Knights survived the first examination by the Catalan Dragons.
Well, I think they're going to get another set here.
Is it?
Yeah, Galliano
maybe
did get a fingertip
touch.
on it then. Let's have another look here. He was adamant, wasn't he, Solomon Fartape? Right, back-to-back sets then. For the Dragons, all we need is a ball. Has anybody got a ball? There we go, we found it. Garcia will play the ball. 10 out from the line. Sexton gets his hands on it now. Short pass taken in by Frank Maria, making just his third appearance of the season. Tisson, similarly, his third appearance for the Dragons. Gets it away to Sexton. Sexton finds Garcia. Garcia racked to the ground, 5 out. Tisson waits. He's looking to come short to Allen. Ball comes out. Great shot there. Big test for York. Defensively, they answer the question.
No, it's a brilliant piece of defensive work. I think it was Inman again, who's really put himself about. Opening 10 minutes of this game. Real driving tackle. Got in underneath the ball. And he's a big human being, is Josh Allen. That's a great shot.
Okay, mate. Head in here, boys.
Get it. 10 off their own line, but back-to-back chances there for the Dragons, and never really created an awful lot.
No, they get, look, the meters, they get into position really easily. There's not much polish on what they're doing when they're there.
No, there's not a lot of difference in the stats either at the minute. Quite similar, and it's still 0-0. 12 gone here. All carried forward by Vuniyayawa. He's tackled. Inman in at dummy half. Does some good work defensively. Finds McShane. McShane takes them on up the middle. He's still fighting. Inman going to kick from dummy half. But they've got a penalty here. Marcus not square, so that's a bonus for the Knights.
It's a little lax as well from the Catalan Dragons. Got right to the end of the set, and then defensive discipline you were talking about, that's going to be so important, so significant, and has long been the Achilles heel of the Catalan Dragons. Yeah, never set out. It's quick play the ball, forced by Paul McShane. And you can see Garcia and Allen never take up their appropriate positions at marker, so now it's York's turn.
Yeah, Lynn, one of our new up-and-coming officials. Ball kicked to touch, and they'll start 10 over halfway. Here now, Mataafa playing in the centres tonight. Inman waits, finds Paul McShane, gets it away to Martin. Tackle made, 30 out. Are we about to get the deadlock broken here? Inman to McShane, short pass to Niyawa. They're playing it simple at the moment, York. Nothing fancy just yet. Dagger swings to the right, that's where the ball goes now. Here, oh, good shot went in there. Aspero Biche, but they get away with it, and here they come again. Here's Ollie Field. Field inside the 20, he's upended. York keeping the ball alive. Mataafa gets it away. Here's Vuniyawa again. 15 out. Well, they're loaded up to the right, and that's where they're going now. Move it across to Roberts, gets the ball out wide. Chance, Galliano is in! Galliano into the corner, but has he got it down? Has he got it down, or have the Dragons produced a miraculous tackle? Referee's going to send it upstairs, and he says no try on field.
I'll tell you what, take a look at Solomon and Fartapi's efforts here.
Okay, the on-field decision is no try on field. So I've cleared everything up to this point. So we're just reviewing the grounding. You can see he's in possession at this point. In possession. Does he get that ball down there? You can see he rolls over. Let's review alternative angles. It appears that the arm appears always under the ball at that point. You can see going to review on the TX. Just looking at all angles to see, does the ball get to the ground, or is the arm always under the ball? Everything's been cleared up to this point, so we're just all reviewing is the grounding. So you can go slow, please. Yep, so you can see in possession. In possession. Appears the arm's always under the ball at that point. Obviously, I can't see. You can see the hand is under it. You can't see a definitive point the ball touches the ground. Can we just review all angles, please, just to be certain of that? Live decisions, no try on field. So I have to have sufficient evidence to prove this ball's grounded. Another angle, please. Yeah, this may help. Go back on this one, please. Go back. Yeah. So go slow on this, please. Right, so stop it there. Go back a frame. Can you rock this now to the previous angle you just showed me? yeah, there's nothing definitive there, unfortunately, unless we're... Can you go slow on this, please? I just want to confirm his hand actually does remain on the ball. So it's the strapping who's the York man's hand. Does that hand come off the ball? So keep showing this frame slow, please. Just go back to the start of this frame, please. Does the hand come off the ball? Well, yes, it does. You can see his hand comes away from the ball, and he doesn't catch hold or re-grip. Therefore, that's a knock-on. You can see his hand comes away from the ball. That's the Catalans man's hand, and he loses the ball. So that's a knock-on. Thank you. I've made my decision.
So it is no try. John Wells, your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, my apologies. It was Matty Russell who made a brilliant defensive effort. Oh, the arm does clearly come away from the ball, Mark. The referee told us so.
He's lost it over the line.
Few boos around from the home contingent.
And you look, the Knights should not be dispirited by that. This has been chalked off, but what we've seen again is another example of just really good shape and pass execution. And it was a brilliant piece of defensive work. When you go past all the video referee stuff, it's Matty Russell on his Catalan debut who gets in there and does enough.
Yeah, did enough. So here come the Dragons with an added bonus of a 7-tackle restart.
And there is the try saver. Decent carry from Matty Russell. Now to the big boppers, Navarrete. This is where I think they've got the advantage. They're really chewing up meters in sets.
Yeah, they are. Here goes Allen. T-Son waits at dummy half. Sexton going to roll in the kick behind Nofaluma, who will retreat back to his 10. Gets the pass away to Dagger. I don't think wanted that, but he got it anyway. 10 out from their own line. So the Dragons survive a big scare.
Release. 2 hold. Go 2. It's okay.
Here's Galliano.
Hold this line. Go first.
Wood.
Good line speed. Far Tarpey in there with a shot on Wood.
Go 4 metres inside. Shoulders on 10.
To the 30. Not quite finding it as easy, the Knights, are they, to get out of their own end at the moment. Maybe the boot of Roberts will do them a favour. Finds the grass. Bounces up though for Staines, invites him forward. And he's another one, isn't he? Once he puts his foot on the grass, he's at full tilt.
Yeah, really good to watch, really good mover. Positionally, very good. It was a half-decent kick, he just didn't turn him around, Staines.
Scoop from dummy half. Spirobichet is tackled. Here now goes Nick Kotrick. He takes it forward, that's a good carry. Finds his front 30 out. Wants to play the ball now. They're working the short side. Staines in again. Staines looking to make things happen for the Dragons. Ball now to Sexton, who's going to go down the short side. They're looking to attack Galliano. Ball batted back, collected by a Spirobichet. And he gets it away, and they're going to get over here. Well, somehow it looks like Matty Russell is going to get a debut try here. Miraculous play from a Spirobichet. It looked like he was going over the sideline, but it's the Dragons. Russell prevented a try at one end, and he scores one at the other.
Right, it's just reward for hard work, isn't it? Matty Russell picks up a try on debut for the Catalans Dragons, gets the scoreboard moving. And he has had a fair few clubs in his time, but he has always been one consistent theme throughout, and that has been hard work. Ball went up from Sexton, not dealt with by Galliano, and then a Spirobichet heading towards touch, and there was a danger there because I think that would have been a set restart. So he's done really well to get the ball away. And then Russell, he's first on the scene, and he has enough to push past Will Roberts and open the scoring for the Catalans Dragons.
Good strength from a Spirobichet.
Yeah, good strength from Russell as well. What a swing.
Yeah, you've got a minute on the shot clock, yeah.
As you said, saved a try at the other end.
But it is on.
Galliano looked for all money. He was going to open the scoring for the home side.
Keep working with me. Really good start. Just keep working
And Toby
with me.
Sexton now gets the opportunity to turn 4 into 6.
I think Matty Lynn's just telling him there, you tighten your laces, you've only got a minute on the clock. Sexton from out wide then. Looking to add another 2. It's a kick towards the post. And the flags wave it away.
Stay where we are, Toby, yeah?
4 points to nil.
Hi, Liam.
Yeah, and this will be the concern for Mark Applegarth, and I'll labour a point here. John Cartwright will be happy. Marty Russell picks up the try, but for Mark Applegarth, he needs to get the message that initial contact that the York Knights are making is not enough. I think they've been having holes punched in them. They've been put on the back foot.
Which way, Will?
They've been put in really difficult situations defensively.
Stay outside! Stay on!
Mark Applegarth looking on. Will Dagger about to get us back underway. Still plenty of rugby league to come across the weekend, including tomorrow. Cowboys, Rabbitohs at 7:05. Sky Sports action for that. Then Warrington against the Bulls, 2:55 on Sky Sports Plus. Wednesday, it's the men's State of Origin 1, New South Wales against Queensland, 10 a.m. Sky Sports action for that. Thursday, final game of the women's State of Origin. New South Wales wrapped up the series. Can they make it a clean sweep? And on Monday, every Monday, the Bench podcast. Ian Watson, the guest this week. Our assistant coach, Ian Watson, the guest of Jenna and John. Make sure you subscribe to that in all the usual places. Here's T-Son. Gets it away to Sexton. Sexton out the back to Staines. Staines with a footwork, then evades a tackle. He's so elusive, and then even when they get hold of him, they can't tackle him. Back to Sexton, out wide. Kotrick's got to put the brakes on, and then he cuts in field, gets it away to Sexton. Champagne stuff here from the Dragons. Oh, but a pass there from Maria. He had the man down the touchline, but he found a black and gold shirt.
That's a perfectly timed piece of commentary. Champagne until it wasn't. Frank Maria. That was a shocker of a pass, wasn't it? Everything else leading up to it looked fantastic. It was going to be one of the tries of the season, and then Frank Maria got involved.
They thought it was champagne until they opened it. Then it was the cheap stuff. But here's a knock-on from the Knights. They're threatening, aren't they, the Dragons now?
Yeah, they're starting to apply some pressure, haven't they? They've got the field position. That's the pass we're talking about. It was picked off, wasn't it, easily by Mata Afa. Got himself in the passing lane. Norfoluma with the error. And this weight of possession, the territory is going to start to bite. This is going to be a full set of 6 in their own red zone for the York Knights.
This is a big spell. Just over halfway through the first half. Russell with a sole try. Are the Dragons about to add to that now? All fired here to Aspirobiche. He takes it in. Tackle 5 out. Move now here to Ben Garcia. Garcia, a straightener towards that left-hand upright. T-Son waits at dummy half. The Knights on their line. Can they hold firm here? Ball out wide to Fatape. Fatape well dealt with there. Good tackle comes in. And the referee, though, has blown the whistle. It's a penalty against the Knights. Offside.
Are you tapping? Wait. On this line. Sam, come on, I've told you once. Let's go, tell them
It's
over.
out wide, so they're going to tap it. And here they go. Sexton gets it. Says to Josh Allen, you have a run. Almost broke through the line there. The Knights very much on the back foot here. Garcia takes it. Evades one. Attracts 2 and 3 defenders right in front of the post here. They're short to the left if they can execute. They've gone route 1. Allen, can he get the ball down? No. McShane in there with help from Xavier Vart. And the ball dealt with by Aspirobiche. He cuts back, cuts across the face of the post. He's going in alone, and he's taken down a couple of metres out. The Dragons knocking, but as yet the Knights have not let them in. Sexton tried to find Staines. Good defence again. Last one. Knights have done so good so far, and they're going to try and hold out one more. Here's Sexton, rolls the kick in goal, and it's gone dead, and it's going to be a 20-metre restart. A real result there for the Knights.
Well, I'll tell you what, they rolled the dice on 3 occasions there, the York Knights, and they came up 6s every single time. And it was a hurried restart as well, wasn't it? Will Roberts really got on his bike there. Northumberland with the second carry. Galliano now up towards the halfway line.
Well, we mentioned earlier on about the Knights and their grittiness and their unwillingness to roll over. Well, they've been under the pump here for the last 10 minutes, and they're still only 4 points behind. Here's Va'a, who's been outstanding for the Knights so far this campaign. Real signing. Barnforth gets it away. Here now they're moving it across the back line to Dagger. Mataafa, lovely tip pass for Nofaluma. Nofaluma shrugs off one. And he's tackled 20 away. The game swings one way, then the other. Here's McShane. Fumiyawa takes it forward. 12 out from the line. Are they lining up to that right-hand side again? Here's McShane. Short pass. Taken in, but the tackle made. This is the last one. They're eyeing up the short side, McShane. Oh, he tried to roll the kick in, and I think he just dropped it. Didn't get a boot on it.
I gave him the big licks as well, didn't I? Saying one of the best short kick against in Super League. And he's made a liar out of me. Maka, not a particularly special effort to end a set. But they've done really well to get themselves at that end of the field.
It was a swing and a miss. But it shows they can move the ball downfield, the Knights.
Cottridge busy. Both wingers, Cottridge, Marty Russell busy, and now get a penalty as well. Too soon, too much too soon for the Knights.
Yeah, we mentioned discipline right at the top of the show, didn't we? And it's been a problem for both of them just up to press. Sexton thumps it into touch. Now a chance for the Dragons. Laguerre finds Sexton, finds Ben Condon, who's on as a sub. And they'll start the set 40 out. Here's Allen. McShane strong across the chest. Stops the big man in his tracks. Tisson looked to his right. There was nobody there to pass it to. Gets it to Espiro Bichet. He tackled. Ball now here with Garcia. Here now is Sexton, fires it wide. Laguerre inside the 20. York's defence again is good. Here's Charlie Staines. Staines sidesteps his way forward. 10 out, gets it to Condon. He just slings it back to Sexton. They move it wide. York sliding across for Atape. Oh, Russell's dropped it. Russell dropped it. Another chance for the Dragons goes begging.
Jeez, for Atape, I think he gave a fair bit for Marty Russell to do there. Both sides look really good until they don't. Last pass again, it was rifled at Matty Russell. He just can't cling on. Fartapi would argue he should take it. Russell would be saying just a little softer, please. And the Knights survive. Cartwright, penny for his thoughts. His head will be spinning.
15 out from the line.
I wonder what his average altitude has been this last 3 or 4 days, John Cartwright.
Yeah. I say what I'd be thinking is in the south of France here in York, won't it? It's beautiful tonight. Here come York with Sam Wood. Ball now working its way centre field. They've got shape again, but no way through for Cody Hunter. Told to get to their feet. Barnforth finds McShane. McShane into contact with Tisson. Last one for the Knights. Barnforth looking around for his kick option. He finds Hunter, who sends it high downfield. There is Staines, catches it on the full. Brings it forward up to the 20, looking to try and weave his way. Finds Fa'atape. Fa'atape against Galliano, who makes the tackle.
No, again, great work from Staines. First thought is always forward, isn't it? But he's got such good footwork. Nez Russell careering through tackles.
Oh, but he's lost it. He lost it. Well, he did career through a tackle, but as he tried to get up, he got blindsided and the ball spills out. And the Knights' defensive effort means they're going to get it back on halfway.
Jeez, he fires himself out of a cannon every time. And you can, look, You've got to credit that side of the game, but there's just a bit of ball security here. He gets it knocked out, doesn't he, by Galliano. So a reprieve for the Knights. A good start to the set for the Catalan Dragons again. Backed up with an error in possession.
Both had chances, haven't they? Both look dangerous at times, but only the one score so far, approaching half an hour gone.
I think both teams are trying to play kind of 10 out of 10 pace, aren't they? Just the side that just dials it back a little bit, hits the marks of the passes, they're going to have some success.
Here's Ngannou, set restart. Here's Bamford through, looking to offload, tackle 25 out. Big chance for the Knights to respond here. McShane gets it away, Vahar takes it forward, he's a real handful, and he's inside the 10. Here come the Knights, big chance now, ball into the hands of Hunter, and it's put down by Ngannou. And another chance this time for the Knights, and they come up with an early error.
See, I can only think he wasn't the intended recipient there, because again, another rifled ball. Far too much heat on it for Ngannou. But boy, that had the makings of a really good attacking set. Denise Barnforth off the bench. He made a really, got the set restart and took off, didn't he?
Ngannou used off the bench last couple of weeks. An interesting switch there. There's a sub against Castleford, and he's sub again here today. Players just having a breather. It's been helter-skelter, hasn't it? One into the other. Here now goes Staines, stumbles into the tackle. T-Son gets it away now, and they'll drive it forward. Up and over the 20 they go. Here now is Chris Sartai. He carries it straight up the middle. No nonsense from the big front rower. Plays it now to T-Son. Here's Garcia. Lovely footwork from Garcia, but then taken off his feet by a great tackle there. Told to get up and get on with it. Here's Sexton. Back on the angle to Maria. Maria puts his head through the line. T-Son this time will give it to Sexton. He's going to send it high. Waiting at the back is Dagger. Dagger collects it, looks up, a wall of white in front of him, takes his tackle. About 15 out, nearly gets up to the 20, Will Dagger, did well there. And now a penalty. There's a theme developing here. Every time you think one team's going to get a spell of pressure down one, there's either an error or a penalty.
Yeah, it's just too much, isn't it? I feel like both sides at times is trying too hard. And I said, dial it back, relax. No side has found its rhythm properly. Trying to overcook things both in attack and defence.
Well, they've got a good supply of match balls here, because that's another one that's gone out over the stand. Here's Mata Afa. He's been a good signing, hasn't he? Really adapted well to life in the Super League. Normally at fullback, now playing in the centre. Here goes VAR straight up the middle, and another penalty. Back-to-back penalties then for York.
There's a little bit of fatigue creeping in here as well. This is a big set of forwards for the Catalan Dragons. Condon, Sartai, Frank Maria.
Kappelgarth, Graham Stedman and Chris Thorman. The trio at the top of the Knights. Here's Ngannou. Barnforth waits. Takes it forward. I just wonder if he picked up a knock in that last carry. He was getting a bit of attention from the physio. McShane finds Ngannou, gets it away. Quick hands, Wood takes it in.
Oh, he was looking for support, wasn't he? Got the arm free as well.
Well, he was looking for support. Russell was looking for the intercept. Here's Ngannou now. Playing almost as an extra loose forward, isn't he, at the minute? Ball now with Barnforth, 10 out. Fires it across to Roberts. Finds Hunter. Hunter holds onto it. He had numbers out the back there. That maybe should have gone to Dagger. It didn't.
There's a few times now. He's gun shy, isn't he? He's been at 3 or 4 occasions.
Well, now they're going to be gun shy the other way. Here's Roberts. He's coming back. It's the last one. They need to come up with a play. Barnforth kicks it through, and he'd want that one back. They lost their way a little bit there on tackle 6.
Yeah, just too much on it from Denise Barnforth. Cody Hunter, 3 or 4 occasions now, and it is that right to left. And look at the strike they've got outside in Mataafa and Norfoluma. Just give him early ball. You feel like he's overthinking things at times.
Yeah, and like you said, probably the earlier they get the ball, the better.
Oh, with the skill of the centre and the winger on the outside of him.
I think Ngano's just come off worse there. Completion rate both around the 70%. Dragons making more meters. I think that's the point we've picked up on here as Ngano is making his way back.
Hold. Goal free. Is it Paul?
All short here to Aspero Biche, almost got through. Harvey Wilson on into that dummy half roll. No Cruz Leeming, remember, tonight. Ball bounces kindly for Frank Maria. He stands, and then McShane envelops him and throws him to the ground. Last one. Sexton gonna send it high. Was Sexton tackled without the ball there? Ball batted forward by the Dragons, and that'll be the turnover. And crucially, a 7-tackle restart. And the Dragons have switched off here. The Dragons have switched off. They managed just about to get back, but there are a few of the big bodies struggling there.
Yeah, smart piece of play there from Will Daggett, because the ball was dribbling, but I think he realised as they draw another penalty from the Catalans Dragons, John Cartwright. But I'll tell you what, if he has brought a notebook with him, he'll be running out of pages soon. He said a real theme developing in that defensive discipline for the Catalans Dragons. I feel like I've been saying it for years.
Wasn't the greatest kick, but it found touch. 8 penalties now.
Yeah, really let themselves down, don't they? They've got York in decent spot. I know they had a 7-tackle set, but they had a set defensive line. Just too much. Too much around the ruck.
Knights in the ascendancy on the field, but not on the scoreboard at the moment, trailing by 4. Matar again stands in the tackle. Ball now to McShane. This time Roberts gets it away to Dagger. Couldn't get the pass away to Norfoluma.
That was a good read from Kotrick. Shut it down.
Here's Norfoluma. Looking to offload. Looking to keep going, and then Chris Sartai said that's far enough. And he's Barnforth waits. Finds McShane, moves it across now to Roberts. Short pass, taken into contact there. Good carry from Buchanan. Looping pass finds McShane. Bit of time for McShane. Almost through, but finds an offload. Still the last one. They're moving it wide. Oh, Mataafa's lost it. And Kotrick is away. And he cuts infield now. Kotrick heads off infield. I thought maybe he could have gone up the sideline, but he headed off infield, and the Dragons survived by the skin of their teeth.
Jesus, fair bit going on in that sequence of play. Paul McShane shortened up by Chris Sarte. He got all of him, didn't he? And then a great pick-off by Kotrick. Russell takes him over the halfway line. He's lined up by Vartart, just doesn't quite connect.
It's not been a classic, but there's plenty of intent about, isn't there? A few big shots going in. Who can keep their composure and ice a chance when it comes? Sexton stands and gets away from Ngano. Oh, forward pass as the referee.
We'll take the line.
Look at the players are out on their feet at the minute. Yeah. 36 gone. They're begging for the half-time siren.
Yeah, there have been a few penalties, but in terms of stoppages in play, not an awful lot. And that's the intercept from Kotrick. Just picks off loose ball and hairs downfield.
Let's have a look here.
Head in. Shot clock.
That was the pass. It was deep forward. Ball carried by Galliano. Remember, he had the ball over the line but failed to ground it correctly. Would have given the Knights the lead early on. Not really created a great deal thereafter. It's in the melting pot. That pass there, I say it looked forward. Here now is Hunter. Hunter gets away from one as well. Gets 10 metres after initial contact. Barnforth set restart. So the Knights get more ball here. What can they do with this? Dagger into the line is tackled. Ball now works its way back across and over the 30-metre line with Buchanan. Can the Knights level up before the break? Get a feeling there's not going to be too many points in this one. Ball back on the angle to Field. He takes it in. 15 out from the line. Still got a couple of tackles. Oh, they've lost it again. just can't, neither side has been able to build up any meaningful possession down at the right end of the field.
No, getting there has not been a problem for either side, has it? It's the output when they get into that position, just frustrating again for the Knights. Look at the error count, 15 in total in the first half of rugby. And it's, there's very little excuse for it. It's a warm evening, yes, but it's a dry track. Fartapa with a good carry to start the set for the Catalan Dragons.
Big 2 minutes before the break. Russell at it again, making more meters down that left-hand side. Oh, but he's at it again. That's another error. Now, are they going to challenge? Matty Russell is asking the question.
He's on top of him. He's got to find space. What do you want to do?
Being asked if they want to challenge. They are going to challenge. So rolling the dice here before half-time. Let's see what Liam Moore makes of this one.
Catalan are challenging the rule of a knock-on.
Okay, Catalans are challenging the offensive to knock on here, so you can see the ball's down at that point. Dagger's on the arm. So Russell naturally ends up on the defender. So how does this ball come out? You can see there's a hand on the ball. Is there a pull? Or you can see, go to camera 2. You can see there's a hand on the ball, and you can see a clear pull on that ball. The left arm pulls the ball out. So the challenge is successful.
Hello, but he can't grip onto the ball.
Well, there was a hand on it, says Liam Moore, and it's challenge successful for Matty Russell.
Right, really, really important last couple of minutes. There's one defensive set the Knights have got to get through here. An opportunity for Cartwright and the Catalan Dragons. Can they go into the break 2 scores ahead? More importantly, from a home fan's point of view, really important 60 seconds coming up here defensively. I think going in 4-0 down, I think Mark Applegarth will be reasonably happy with that.
Yeah, a bit more composure with the ball. But they've got to defend to keep it within 1 score. They start first tackle just outside the 30. Here's Garcia, gets it away, ball taken in by Condon. More penalty. Well, you would imagine from this point they would take the 2, wouldn't they? But a minute left in the half. John Wells, what would you do? Yeah,
take 2. I think they've really laboured, haven't they? As you said, it's the one thing that's really both sides have struggled with. Garcia, well, Garcia agrees with me, Mark. He's going to take the 2.
Of course he does. Who doesn't agree with you?
Well, it's just, well, yeah. Are we talking inside my own house or outside? The list is long, Mark. So Spiro Bichet gets the opportunity to extend the Catalan Dragons lead. I'll tell you what, York Knights, I don't think they'll be particularly concerned about that either.
There are some really tired bodies out there on both sides of the ball. As we keep saying it, there might have been a lot of errors. John Cartwright, I'm sure, will be pondering what he's going to say in the dressing room. I mean, a lot of errors, but the game has flowed from end to end. And
it's not been a bad watch at all, has it?
Here is Spiro Bichet then, looking to add on 2 points and make it a 6-point lead at half-time. Socks rolled down. Can he get a good strike away here? Sends it on the way, and that one will go straight through the middle. And the Dragons extend their slender lead out to 6 points. And Spiro Bichet, as the siren sounds in the background, John Cartwright's side in front, just a handshake with his opposite number there. But all in all, a pretty solid first 40 minutes. Both sides will feel they could and maybe should have had more points than they've got. But they go off 2 tired teams at the break. We'll have a look back at the first half in a few moments' time. But at the break here at the LNER, it's the York Knights 0, Catalan Dragons 6. York who get us underway in the second half here. Will Dagger boots the ball downfield. It's collected by the Dragons, and here goes Chris Sartai with the first carry, and he's broke through the big fella. He's rampaging forward. Dagger can't get him. What a start that is to the second half.
That is a fair carry. That is a 55-metre carry from Sartai, and that sets a tone.
Oh, this does as well. Aspero Bichet straight from the restart. York is still in the dressing room. Aspero Bichet slices through. That was too easy. And Aspero Bichet has the try that opens up a 2-score lead, but that was calamitous from the Knights.
Inside the opening 30 seconds, and you're right, the Knights not out of the dressing sheds. Aspero Bichet very much is. He picks up his first try of the season, but it was off the back of an absolute barnstorming carry from Sartai off the back fence, straight through the middle of two Knights defenders, into the backfield, straight through Dagger, gets pulled down eventually by Galliano, but then a quick play the ball, and Aspero Bichet ducks in behind the ruck. Marcus not set, turns on the afterburners, and picks up the Catalans Dragons' second try of the evening. Aspero Bichet with the score, very much created by Chris Sartai. I don't think he gets an assist for that, technically. But I tell you what, that was a fair carry to start the second half.
It was. And Aspero Bichet slotted over the kick right at the end of the first half, has now got a very presentable opportunity. Mark Applegarth is thinking, what on earth did I say at half-time? Certainly didn't involve conceding inside the opening 30-odd seconds of the second half.
Yeah, it was just, again, it was, look, Chris Sartai is a really dynamic ball runner, a real problem for defences. But it's more of the same, that initial contact. There's not enough physicality and hasn't been all evening from the York Knights. Just straight through, two poor attempts at tackling. Waltzes through Dagger, and then a quick play the ball. Aspero Bichet has a quick assessment of what's in front of him. The answer's not much. Ducks back inside Vatar and strides his way to the line. Damaging first minute for the York Knights. What is their response? Because there's got to be something. Here comes Sartai again. This time dealt with a little more effectively.
Well, Ngannou certainly made sure he got something in front of the big man there. But that just gives the Dragons a bit of breathing space here.
In a low-scoring game, when we think it's, certainly by the first half. Here they go again.
Here they go again, and they've broke through again. Field eventually drags down Wilson. But this has been a dreadful start for the Knights. They're getting ripped apart here. Staines will have seen his teammates rampaging through and fancied a bit of it himself. Aspero Bichet gets it away now. Garcia drops the ball back for Condon. He takes it forward, trying to turn, wrestle his way a few more meters up to the 20. Last one here for the Dragons. They're going to Sexton. Sexton steps away from McShane. Needs to find a play. Finds Sartai. Gets it away. Moves it wide quickly. They need to keep it alive. Oh, what a pass! What a pass! Magnificent! Fartape goes in. But what about the pass from Lipowicz? That was world class. And it's 2 tries in 3 minutes for the Dragons.
No, he was going absolutely nowhere. Heading to the sideline at a rate of knots, Lipowicz. And wait till you see this on the replay. What a special ball. And it just finds, it lasers its way to Fartape, who probably, well, the look on his face is he can't quite believe what's happened. I don't think anybody could quite believe what's happened, including Lipowicz. It was Sexton who evaded the initial kick chase through the hands of Sartai. Early ball out to Lipowicz. Take a look at that. Brilliant. That's fantastic. That is sensational. And Fartape, well, 2 tries in 4 minutes. That is a wonderful ball. It's a speculative pass. But when they come off, you've got to celebrate them. That's a brilliant angle. No look, back on the inside. Didn't even look like not getting Fartape. And he crosses for the Catalans Dragons second. The reaction from the centre. Boy, they have ripped York apart in this opening 4 minutes.
Here's Aspero Bichet again. Just to the left of the uprights. And this for 12 points in the opening 4.5 minutes of the second half. He makes no mistake, and all of a sudden the 6-0 lead has blown out to 18 points to 0. And the Knights here are under big pressure. Yeah,
look, it's been a sensational start for John Cartwright's men. They've just turned it up a notch, haven't they? Starts with big carries, both from Sartai, set the tone for the set. And then ended with a special piece of play from the edge forward, Lipowitz. Fartape, that was his 4th try of the season. And here comes Sarte again. Why not and why not?
Yeah, here we go. Oh, the big collision. Sarte tackled 21 out from the line. Is that the 4 or 5 minutes that's changed this game? Because now York are all of a sudden under pressure. Well, that's come free, and that's a knock-on. That will help them, but instantly, Condon says we're going to challenge this. He's having a word with the skipper. And they're going to challenge again. So, big call here. The Knights really need this back.
Liam got a captain's
but
challenge.
They were adamant, the Dragons, that had been forced out illegally.
Marcus, you're looking at the rake, eh? You're looking for the rake.
Yeah.
Okay, Catalans challenge on field. This is going to be knock-on, so we review it from, is there any pulling motion on the ball, or is it just the natural impact of the tackle? You can see it's a one-arm carry, and it's the weight of the tackle that forces that ball out. There's no pulling motion on the ball. It's a loose carry, and the ball just comes out due to the impact of the tackle. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Right, so that's the end of the Dragons challenge.
Unsuccessful.
I thought it had been stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's significant as well because
down.
it snaps that mindset just or puts a full stop to what's been a really damaging period for the York Knights. A reprieve of sorts.
Yeah, what they don't want to do here, the Dragons, having scored back-to-back tries, is let the Knights get straight back into the contest.
Well, we'll see. The York Knights, I mean, they've blown out to 40 missed tackles. We were at 33 at half-time, 7 missed tackles in the opening 5 minutes of the half.
Oh, here they go, the other end, and they're going to score straight from the scrum. Bamford's in, lifeline. Now it's the Dragons missing tackles. Underneath, Bamford powers away from the scrum. A lifeline for the Knights, and one they grab gleefully.
What are we watching? What on earth are we watching? Defences are just disintegrating, disappearing before our eyes. Denis Bamford. I admired as a young player coming through at Hull FC. I thought he had a bit about him. Mark Applegate has taken a chance on him. He's at the Knights, off the base of the scrum, outpaces Sarte, shows a clean pair of heels to Charlie Staines, and goes through. Oh, if there's a hand laid on him, it's at the death by the Catalans Dragons fullback. Great pace, great speed off the mark, and a response, a riposte from the Knights. And you said this was a characteristic of this side there. This is not a side that gives in and rolls over. And we're seeing that in evidence again. Sarte just slow out of the scrum, moving sideways, was beaten all ends up, wasn't he, by Bamford. Hunter adds the extra 2, 6 points to 18. And the Knights will say, look, it can be that easy. Get ourselves into position. We've got the tools here, and there are weaknesses in this Catalan Dragons side.
They scored with their first touch of the second half.
Yeah, incredible. Incredible. We were sat there looking at the pass from Lipowitz, the barnstorming run from Sarte. Well, I'll tell you what, that's right up there as well. Let's ignore the defence. We'll just focus on the positive contributions made there.
Changes 6, doesn't it now?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Espiro Bichet on 41, Fartape on 43. York Knights come roaring back through Bamford on 46.
And it feels like a game that was getting away from York all of a sudden is right back in the mixer. There's no Faluma. Just get to the end of the set, get a good kick away. Minimum requirement here for the Knights. Bamford, the try scorer, gets it away. Hingano working in the middle of the field, is wrestled to the ground. Bamford waits again. Here's Dagger. Dagger taking them on up the middle. McShane now will work it forward. So that's the 5th tackle. Bamford looks. He's going down the short side and they're running it here, the Knights. Now a little chip over the top. How's the bounce? Oh, it's beautiful for Staines. Staines is racing away up towards halfway. Well, that was all or nothing, wasn't it, for Staines? The bounce went his way.
Forbes Ferrari picks up another 20 metres. He's well over 150 metres now, Charlie Staines. His 14th carry of the evening, and sets up great position again for the Catalan Dragons. Kotric meanders a little on that play. Talk about swing to momentum.
Yeah, it's exploded into life. Here now goes Maria. Ball now works to Sexton. He gets it away. Juggle from Staines. Staines again. Elusive. Elusive and quick. Dangerous. Still going. Up to the 10. Last one. Here's Sexton. Sexton's going to float the kick towards Tape. Ball collected and then lost and grounded by the Dragons. Referee's having a look at this. He's going to say it's play on, and it's a try. It's a third try of the second half here, and it's for the Dragons. The ball came free fairly, says Matty Lynn, and it's grounded, and the Dragons extend their lead again.
Well, it's just a kick that was planned by Toby Sexton. There was a bit of deception before he let that go. He let that left edge know it was coming, and then there was a bit of deception before the kick came. Sam Wood couldn't take it cleanly. Knocked back by the Knights, taken off Roberts by Toby Sexton. And that's the response to the response. The Catalan Dragons will re-establish that lead.
I just wondered there if Sexton took that cleanly as he regathered the ball, and maybe having a look at that upstairs, but I think it's going to be passed. I think that's the only question about it. And Sexton is going to have another Super League try. And once again, that's 4 tries in 10 minutes.
We waited most of the first half for one, and then 4 came at once. And this looks, after a very tight first 40 minutes, just 6 points scored. It now looks like it's got shootout written all over this. And it's up to the Knights now to respond again. They've got to raise their game because they're getting pulled apart to the middle of the field.
Spiro Bichet looking to keep up his 100% record. Same routine wherever the kick is on the field. He's meticulous in his preparation. Here comes. That's on another 2 for the Dragons, who all of a sudden lead by 24 points to 6.
Yeah, smart piece of work from Sexton. Last tackle play, the travelling cohort of Catalan Dragons fans, they applaud their 5/8. Just looks on the inside before he puts that kick away. Sam Wood can't take it, and then it is taken off Roberts by Sexton. As I said, that they re-established that buffer. That looks like a fairly relaxed Catalan Dragons coaching unit.
Yeah. Kick off deep, collected, and brought off the back fence by Romain Navarrete.
Well, they'll be relieved, or if relieved's the right word, when you've got Navarrete coming at you, that it's not Chris Sarte who caused untold damage in the opening 5 minutes of that half.
Well, they're passing it along the back line. Here's Staines. You get the feeling now, John, that the floodgates are about to open here, because it's been a fast game all night, and now we're starting to see the clean breaks capitalised.
Yeah, they just look half a yard quicker, don't they? That's again another great ad line run from Garcia. He's getting amongst it now, meters after contact, pulls through the tackle, nearly set off again. Referee said he was tackled, but look at this, the ease with which they're marching the Knights downfield.
Yeah, this is becoming a real problem now, isn't it? Ball played by Staines. Sexton will send it high into the evening sky. Collected by the Knights. They'll get it back. 10 off their own line, trailing by 18 points.
Yeah, crucial. There's nowhere for Will Dagger to go, though. Finishing in great spots. Kicks from Sexton. The kick chase is not having to do that much because they're already in a brilliant part of the field. That's a determined carry though by Dagger.
Yeah, it is. Another good run there from Norfoluma, who almost went. They were appealing for a high tackle. Oh, they will. They're pretty happy to let that go on. Ball now here, over halfway. Better set though in terms of metres made. Good run from Martin. Last tackle. Can they get some pressure on the back three? Roberts is going to send it high. Staines waits. He has a look at the chasers, but he never took his eye off the ball after that look. And he comes up with it. 5 off his own line.
Well, he's safe as houses, isn't he? Charlie Staines. Here comes Russell. Another carry from him. Yeah, Staines is so competent, isn't he, under the high ball?
Well, what a bizarre opening to the second half.
Crazy, crazy. Both sides decided that defence was optional, I think, for the first 5 minutes.
You did point out the missed tackles at the half-time break. There were a few more. Nice offload as well. It's getting a little bit too quick, isn't it, for York at the minute? Here's Sexton. Sexton comes back. They're looking to get to an edge. He'll swing it wide to Tape. He collects it. He goes route one, straight up the middle, up towards halfway. And that's the 5th tackle. Lipowicz is in. Sexton steps away from the pressure. Angles the kick. Is it going to bounce in the field of play? Yes, it is. One bounce and into touch. And a good end to the set for the Dragons.
Yeah, just, again, they're just very easily navigating that first attempted tackle from the Knights. And playing everything on the front foot at the moment. They're enjoying a purple patch, the Catalan Dragons. They're not being put on the back. They're allowed to play over the advantage line. And then another 70-metre set.
Yeah, York, we mentioned, down to the bare bones. They'll be hoping to get some reinforcements or some bodies back. They get, of course, next weekend off. Then they've got Bradford, but then Hull KR and Wigan. So it's not easy. It never was going to be easy back in the big time. Here's Dagger. Wilson is struggling. Now there's a penalty. Wilson's taking a bang on the head there. He really struggled to get back into the line. I think the medics coming on have a look at him. But a penalty here for York.
Yeah, full penalty as well. The referee, Matty Lynn, is not interested in a set restart. There was enough there. And it's Laguerre. There's no intention of releasing Dagger, who I think has done reasonably well in trying to manufacture some kind of momentum, positive impetus for the Knights, who now get a full set in the right area of the field.
Now, can they respond again? That's a good carry to get them going. That's Kieran Hudson, a belated Super League debut for him. Had spells at Castleford and at Leeds, but never got a Super League appearance. Here now is Barmforth. Swings it away to Hunter. McShane. McShane stepping, angling, short pass, juggled but taken in. Well dealt with in the end by Buchanan. Here's Barmforth, finds Martin, tries to turn and spin his way to the line. He's going to be tackled a metre out.
Got him on the left, if they can get there.
Here's McShane, gets it away. Hunter's going to put the kick in, looking out wide. Who's got it down? It's going to be grounded, I think, in goal. It's going to be a goal line dropout. It was Nick Cotrick.
Should have gone through the hands. Should have gone through the hands. They had him. All ends up. The Catalan Dragons got the numbering wrong defensively. When you look at Laguerre, he's in no man's land. I think at least a one-man overlap there, possibly two.
There's a couple of times, we mentioned it first half, on their left, York, they have created the chance, they haven't pulled the trigger. Short, very short restart. And that is, well, it was collected by Lipowicz, but then I think it's going to be a knock-on from York. So they get a little bit fortunate there, the Dragons, but they went with that high restart and they come up with a ball.
It was a good kick, wasn't it, from Aspiro Bichet. Just enough hang time there to allow Lipowicz to genuinely contest it. There's the knock-on from Sam Wood.
So over a quarter of the game to go. 18 points the difference. Oh, now what happened there? Ball eventually emerges. Was that a push at the scrum from the York Knights? Is that even allowed these days?
Leipowitz spat out the back there. Burnt 2 tackles already. Here comes Russell. Takes 10 metres out of the Knights.
He's gone well, Russell. Here now is Staines.
That takes him over 200 metres. Carry number 19. So busy, that fullback.
Here's Garcia, drops the ball back on the angle, carried forward and up towards the halfway line. Last one, they'll go to the boot of Sexton, sends it downfield to Knights' Way, collected, and here's Norfoluma to bring it back. He'll angle across the field. Fatape drags him back, offloads. What a pickup that was, and what a pickup now, turns into a break. Galliano gets it away. Has he got the legs? He has. Roberts is going to go. What an offload, and what a catch from Galliano. And Roberts is over. York back in the match. A length of the field break. Brilliant from the Knights.
Geez, we've been treated to some brilliant individual and team passages of play this evening. That all started with Norfoluma underneath his own sticks, crabs across the field, finds a really low percentage offload, but it was made into a brilliant pass by the hands of Galliano. Picks it off his bootlaces, sets off upfield, and then finds this young man, Will Roberts, who races fully 40 metres. From the kick, from Sexton, Norfoluma across the field. Take a look at this pickup from Galliano, that's special. And then sets off, hairs upfield. Roberts on his left-hand shoulder, draws Charlie Staines, and he goes 50. I took 10 metres off him, he goes half the length of the field. The young halfback, and crosses underneath the sticks. Hunter will have the extras. And all of a sudden, after the Catalans Dragons looking like they were well and truly in control of this game, through the work of Norfoluma and Galliano and Roberts, and now through the boot of Cody Hunter, find themselves just 2 scores behind.
24 points to 12, a quarter of the game to go. Hunter's kick is a good one. And we're back in the game on territory. Will Roberts racing half the length of the field. But what about this pickup here from Galliano?
And just how quickly it gets into stride as well.
Well, he drops that, John. It's a try at the other end.
Yeah, 100%.
Good pace from the half. He's over. John Cartwright not quite as relaxed a look from the Aussie. The new coach at the Dragons. If York score next, we're in for a grandstand finish here at the LNER. Another good run here.
It's a really good characteristic that York have got. As you said, they're finding their feet in Super League, but this is a side that absolutely refuse to lie down. Norfoluma with a carry, Barnforth with another.
As a fan, you acknowledge injuries are going to happen. You're going to be down on your luck, but when the team come out and do this, set restart.
Look, when you come to this stadium, I don't think anybody thought they were going to trouble the 6 at the end of this year, the debut season in Super League. But I tell you what, you get value for money, don't you? And you get a side that you know is going to play.
All you want as a fan is your team to have a dig, and they're having a dig here. They had that bad spell, didn't they, just after half-time, but they're coming back now, and they're looking to attack. This time they're down the left. Can they ice it this time? Not quite, but they retain possession, and they've got tackles left in the bank here. Ball now to McShane. Short pass to Martin. Martin open over the 10. You're looking for back-to-back scores here. McShane short pass, they've got numbers. Roberts didn't pass it that time. Last one here. McShane going to probe the short side, gets it to Wood nowhere to go, dumps it back. McShane finds Galliano. Galliano to Fatape, who somehow caught
Slip catch. Oh, that's a fair take from Fatape. Russell, gets shortened up.
Penalty. Illegally so. Says the referee. It was Kieran Hudson who went hunting.
Jeez, there's a fair bit behind that, wasn't there? Hudson, aggressive. Too aggressive for the referee. Just pops the balloon of atmosphere in this stadium, doesn't it? Just goes quiet. A set of fans that are well and truly engaged. Yeah, just too much on that.
Yeah, he didn't miss, did he? Not sure what we're waiting for here.
Okay.
I think this has been, yeah. Well, they're having a look at the contact, but I think Liam Moore said it's penalty sufficient.
It's a heavy, heavy contact. Penalty only, and we play on.
Yeah. Hudson just given a warning on the run. Very close.
Well, that's how to put your body in front of a player. He's not got it right, has he? But there's an example with a bit better technique, what they should be doing. And what they've lacked so often this evening, unfortunately, from a home side perspective.
Here's Navarrete. Well, remember, opening night of the season we were here and there were 12 points down to Old Kingston Rovers and they turned it around to win. Can they do it again here? Here now is Sexton. Staines gets it away. Good defence. Goes in on Maria. Nowhere for the back rower to go on this occasion. Plays the ball. I think he's going to be told to go back and play it. Sexton will send it high. Dagger's sprinting across. Is he going to get there? He does. Did well in the end. He looked for a minute. He was in trouble. Now he's going to get a penalty. Yeah. Ill discipline is starting to creep in now.
Did really well, Will Dagger. I think he lost it in the lights there for a second, made a late adjustment, took possession, and then again, as his opposite number has done so often this evening, first thought forward, drew a penalty from Lipowitz, and a good clearing kick as well. They'll start this set on their own 35. Wood will take it up towards the halfway line.
This is in the balance, isn't it?
If they score next, we've got a grandstand finish, Mark.
Yeah, we certainly have. All over the halfway line here with the Knights. Barnforth waits. Gets it away now. Here's McShane. McShane tips the ball on, taken in by Field. If the Knights can grab the next score, then who knows where this night will take us. Again, a hush goes round the LNER. Barnforth gets it away to Hunter. Hunter taking them on straight up the middle. Last one. They need to find a good kick. Galliano wants it on the near side. It'll go now to the half, but Fartape is there again. Right place, right time, and bounces out of the tackle, and he's going. Fartape now sees the scramble back from Galliano, but not for the first time tonight. Fartape dealing with a kick and getting the Dragons out of trouble.
Oh, genuine end-to-end stuff again. It was a poor end to the set. Kick selection wasn't great, but Fartape made it look even worse. It was a great carry from him. Here goes Staines again into the Knights half of the field. Set restart as well, so the Knights have got extra tackles to contend with here.
You just feel that if the Dragons can get the next score, then they're going to win it, and they might get it here because Kotrick is away. He pins his ears back, but Dagger comes up with a great tackle. Drags his man down, but the Knights retreating here as Tisson is slung to the ground, 5 away. Ball now here to Sexton. Sexton goes short to Allen. Allen is brought down a couple of metres out. They're going to try and pinch one. They're in. Tisson celebrates. He snatched one from dummy half. It all got a little bit too fast for the Knights. And Hugo Tisson is over. And with 14 minutes remaining, the Dragons once again have got a 3-score lead.
No, it just goes to show you that you've got to end your sets in possession well. The kick from Roberts wasn't great. Fartape did some good work to start the set, but as you said, got real quick, real fast. And the Knights, they're over 51. They're over 50 missed tackles now. Picked up another half dozen in that set of defence. A defence that just melted away. Allen again found his front, quick play the ball, and then Tisson from close range just has too much for the Knights. That'll be disappointing for Mark Applegarth.
Yeah, look at that stat. Just too many missed tackles. At this level, you get punished, and they have been punished.
You know, at the top level of Super League, that's 2 games worth of missed tackles, and we've gone just over an hour here. and it's plagued them all game. First contact has been loose. They've allowed the Catalans Dragons far too many cheap meters, far too many quick play the balls, and it has a cumulative effect, and it is now coming back to bite them.
Yeah. Spirobichet will look to add the extras here. And he sends it straight through the middle, and it is 13 points to 12. And is that it for the Knights? They now need to score next, and they need to score quickly.
Yeah, and for the first time this evening, the score, the clock is against them. They're running out of time. They are capable of scoring. They've shown us that, and scoring from deep and scoring some really pretty tries as well. But that's what's let them down. Initial contact, not good enough. Quick play the ball. Tisson out. 5 yards, got low. The Dragons hit the 30 mark. Short kick-off time for the York Knights.
Yeah, well, it's a good one. They're going to compete. Fatah, though, comes up with it. He's clung on to some crucial kicks tonight. And the Dragons sensing 2 points that will bring them within 2 of the top 6. They've got plenty of bodies missing tonight as well. Here now the ball just carried over the halfway line, and the problem with going short is you invite the Dragons in, and they're already inside the 40. Navarrete tackled, centre field. Can't afford to concede another one, the Knights. Ball now to Sexton. Sexton runs it in. Taken down. Last tackle here. Tisson looking around. Ball is going to go into the hands of a Spirobichet. He's going to send it towards that far side. Norfoluma waits, catches it on his line. Thought about the pass, does pass. Not for the first time tonight, Will Dagger says, thank you very much. And he's tackled on his own line.
Oh, he's knocked on as well.
Lost it.
I think they're going to immediately challenge.
Well, they've got to, I think, because if they spill it here, it could well be all over. Let's find out.
Liam got a captain's challenge. York are challenging the decision of a knock-on. Claiming his infringement in the ruck.
Okay, York are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on, so I've reviewed, everything's been cleared up to this point. So, is there a pull on the ball here? We can see the Catalans defender is coming out of the tackle. There's no pulling motion on the ball. He's entitled to come out of the tackle. And the ball just comes out. It's a loose carry. There's no pulling motion or intent to steal the ball. It's poor ball carrier security. Challenge unsuccessful.
Well, you are right, though, Toby.
Right, challenge unsuccessful. Alan may have had his hand on it, but he wasn't trying to pull it out.
I don't disagree that there was no pulling action, but I will say, I'll caveat by saying there are many ways to dislodge and disrupt a ball. Yeah, and it was, you can argue on balance, Will Dagger should have had better control of that football. But the obsession with looking for a pull or a flick of the wrist, something we've heard so many times this season. There are many ways. The dark arts are there. There's many different options that a tackler has to get a ball out on a possession of a player. But Will Dagger will have to wear that one. They're on the defence again.
Yeah, and the Dragons looking to put the game away. Here goes Staines. Staines hit hard by Wood, but he wrestles his way to within a couple of metres. Ball now with Tisson, gets it away. Finds Sexton, gets it away to Wilson. He falls to the ground, 5 out from the line. The Dragons know one more will wrap up the points for them. They go in route 1. Tackle is made by Buchanan. Moving it wide now is Sexton. Drops the ball back on the angle. Here again comes Staines. Staines passes to Spirobichet. He bobs and weaves and finds the floor, 5 out from the line. Tisson waits, he's coming short side. Staines rolls the kick in behind. Galliano's got no choice, he's got to knock it dead.
Yeah, options limited for Galliano. They're going to get a penalty as well. Penalty given for an escort off the ball.
Yeah. So they'll get the ball back. A full set on the line here.
Somebody, tap in, kick in, yeah, go on, mate.
Tarpe just bundles the ball over the sideline. 10 minutes remaining then. 18 points, the lead for the Dragons, who are looking to add to their tally here. Sexton finds Josh Allen. Patience the key here for the Dragons. All thundered in again. Navarrete wrapped up. Bounces up, plays the ball now. Got a chance here to move it to the left. They don't take the pass. Tisson finds Sexton, gets it away, almost through. As Navarrete was just checking whether he was tackled. Tisson thought about trying to get another one. They're moving it wide here. Knight stretched, ball offloaded back to Tisson, no look pass to Sexton. Sexton turns, swings it out wide for Lipowicz. He gets it wide, no he doesn't, he gets it back. Set restart. Oh, that's cruel on the Knights, but they may have stopped to try for now. Russell looking for a double. He's brought down a couple out. They're right on the ropes here, the York. Sexton steps away, moves it wide, and a tired Navarrete can't take it in.
Again, another breathless passage of play. Good things tend to happen around Lipowicz, don't they? He's a player that put 100% effort into everything he does. I just think the middle unit for the Catalan Dragons have absolutely dominated. Navarrete, Allen's had a monster game. Yeah. Garcia in the middle of the field. I think that's been the difference. And then just off the back of that, they've had a little bit too much, haven't they, for the Knights this evening?
Yeah. And look, you've got to play referee. They're playing Paul McShane at loose forward. They're playing Hingano as a forward as well. They're having to put square pegs in round holes, York. They've had a go, and they're still not done yet. But, as you said, the physicality maybe has caught them out at times. Here now goes Vuniyawa. He drives it forward. If they can get one, there's a faint hope. Last one here for the Knights. Inman back on. Hunter sends it high. It's a tester at the back. Staines beaten to it. Ball to Barmforth, and Barmforth's going to go in for a second. It'll all determine how the ball gets to him, but on field it's going to be given. Beneath, Barmforth has got his second of the second half, and maybe York are not done just yet.
No, and there it is again, that characteristic never say die from the Knights. Barmforth with a brace. There is time. There is time. But the Knights have got to get on their bike. They've got to get down this end of the field again and produce something with the equivalence to what we've just seen. He outfoxed Charlie Staines, bounces kindly for Barmforth. He dots down again. A question mark on whether there's a hand in there from York, but
been confirmed.
Not enough, yeah, try confirmed. This will be converted, 18 points to 30. 6 minutes. Look, it's a big ask, but from what we've witnessed so far this evening, I wouldn't say it's out of the question.
No. Helter Skelter. And the kick is good. And it is, once again, a two-score game. Remember, just 6 points in the first half. The second half has been an explosion of tries.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Barmforth. He had to wait and bide his time at Hull FC, gets an opportunity at York, and just puts himself in the frame, just continues to move, doesn't switch off. And if you do that, you put effort in off the ball, you can be rewarded on occasions like this. The ball spilt by Staines. There's an arm in from Norfoluma, and Barmforth, well, sets up what should be a frantic 5.5 minutes.
Well, they'd love to go back-to-back here, wouldn't they? What they got, maybe 3 sets left, they need 2 tries.
Yes.
Ball inside the 30.
Back here, Zach. Hold. 2.
Ball now inside to Vuniyawa. Carries up towards halfway. Maybe the Knights are not done yet. Here they go now. Nice little break there. They find a pass, and here they go. Down the sideline, Norfoluma going for the corner. They're in! They are in! Massive kick coming up here. But the York Knights, Norfoluma, they do go back to back. And we've got less than 5 minutes left. If this kick goes over, it's all on.
Yes, sir, Norfoluma. What a finish, what a move. This side do not know when they are beaten. You said they needed to. You said they needed to go back to back, Mark. Well, there you go. Hunter to Roberts. The ball found Matafa, and then he finds Norfoluma, strides out and crosses in the corner. There is some pressure on this kick, but let's admire the try. Matafa draws Staines, sets Norfoluma free. He picks up a try, but all eyes now will be on this conversion. He simply has to nail this kick.
If he gets it, it's a one-score game. From the sideline, sends it on the way. Has it got the direction? No. So they still need 2. 4 minutes left.
That's a massive moment, and you can see it's written on the face of Hunter. Norfoluma did his bit, but the half just couldn't make the conversion. It's a decent spread play, isn't it? Something they shied away from a couple of times in that first 40 minutes. We've just shown you they are capable. It's a really good finish. It's a good pass from Matafa. Finish from Norfoluma.
Mark Applegarth may well be ruining that opening 4 minutes of the second half when York conceded twice.
Yeah, and Sartai did all that damage, didn't he?
Here come York then. They're going to have to gamble, because if they'd have been within 6, it almost gives them a little bit more time, doesn't it? But now they need to score here, and they're going to have to take a gamble at some point. Have the Dragons
They're going left
done enough? Short pass, and there's the error, and there's the error, and that, you feel, is it. A groan goes around the LNER. They had to take their chance.
And Hunter, he had Roberts, and he had Will Dagger, who'd set off and rolled around the back. He hit the front man, and you'd probably say now that is enough, Mark.
Yeah, the Dragons, who've been ripped apart defensively over the last 5 games, have conceded 22 tonight, but crucially they've scored 30, and that will be enough to get them a win.
It's not been one for the purists, has it? But boy, it's been entertaining.
It's been good, hasn't it? Yeah, exciting game. 6 points in the first half, and what, 46 in the second. Here now is Garcia, gets it away to Sexton. Here's Lipowicz, tackled 25 out. Just got to run the clock down here. Nothing fancy needed from the Dragons. Here's Garcia. Can York hold firm for one more? There's a ball here with Tisson. Gets it to Sexton. Ball back on the angle. Last one, 10 out. They'll play it here. Tisson, did he pick that up cleanly? They're going here with Staines. And he's over. And that will do it. Staines reaches out to score. And the Dragons have finally ended York's brave comeback. They left it late, but it's the Dragons who might just have the final say.
Yeah, well over 220 metres, Charlie Staines, 23 carries, picks up a try. And you know I like my fullbacks. I'll let you into a secret. He's not my player of the match this evening, Mark. I've gone for an engine room, a member of the engine room this evening. So I think that's where all the damage has been done. When they've got it together, the Catalan Dragons, they've looked good. But I think all the platform has been set by a really dominant middle unit. Navarrete, Tisson in 2 spells, Allen, Lipowicz, Maria, Benjamin Garcia, Sarte with a cameo off the bench was just... And that's what you ask your bench play. That's the epitome of bench impact. What we saw at the start of this half just blew the York Knights away.
Yeah, a few are drifting away here, but by and large the crowd have stuck with it. John Cartwright making his way down, knows that the points are in the bag, and this for a 14-point advantage from Aspiro Bisho. It's 5 from 5 tonight. The only kick miss was early on by Sexton. Difficult touchline conversion to Matty Russell's early try. Here's Aspiro Bisho then. Sends the ball towards the posts again. And the flags go up again. He's 6 from 6 on the night. Much needed win for the Catalans Dragons. Made hard work of it at times, but they've also scored some lovely tries as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think, you know, despite you seeing a trickle of York Knights fans just making an early dart for the car park, we've been royally entertained. 58 points scored. There's not been a dull one amongst them. And John Cartwright gets his coaching tenure underway with a victory. Mentioned in dispatches for Ryan Sheridan, by the way, who's worked hard and diligently following the departure of Joel Tompkins.
Well, here's Galliano. Maybe the Knights might get the final say here. So they have it. Set restart irrelevant, really. Inman gets it away. Last set of the match then on the way for the Knights. They're lining up to the left, but it looks like they're coming right here. Roberts gets it away. Ball out wide. Oh, Galliano couldn't take it. Just for a second there was room, but the pass from Sam Wood behind Galliano, and I don't think anyone's in a rush to get the play back underway here in the final minute.
No, Wood was just he was put under a little pressure, wasn't he? The Catalan Dragons left edge did get up in the face of Wood. He didn't have an awful lot of time. The pass doesn't hit the mark. Galliano can't take possession. That's your game done. A hugely entertaining game.
Yeah, big smile from John Cartwright. Last time we saw him on the Sky Sports cameras, he was in tears, wasn't he, at the MKM? And now the ball just being played out here. What a great second half in terms of drama and end-to-end action.
I'll tell you what, we've got a break for the Challenge Cup final, haven't we? As the final hooter goes and the Catalan Dragons register those 2 points. But that's not a bad way to go into what's going to be a memorable evening in Paris 2 weeks from now against the Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, it is indeed. That is 2 weeks away. We'll, of course, be live on Sky Sports. And it's handshakes all round. Not many points in the first half, but certainly plenty to look at. Toby Sexton heavily involved again. He got a try in the second half, but the damage really, John, done with those 2 tries inside 3 minutes, start of the second half from Aspiro Bisho and Solomona Fatatape.
Yeah, look, and the roots of both of those from some barnstorming carries from Chris Sartite. Off kickoffs, both of them. Defence appeared to be optional for the first 5 minutes of that second half. Aspiro Bisho played his role, moved into a new position, operated in the halves this evening in tandem with Toby Sexton. And the Catalan Dragons, well, I think after the nightmare at Wakefield a week ago, will be happy they've registered 2 competition points. And such is the fractured nature of Super League at the moment. They're in and about the mix, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Just 2 points outside the playoff place.